Salem police say a major investigation led to the seizure of dozens of drugs and illegal guns as well. Police shared these photos of the evidence taken yesterday. Police say officers arrested Michael Brasi on Monday in connection with a domestic stalking case. He was booked on several charges, including domestic felony stalking, unlawful use of a GPS device, and burglary. While searching several locations linked to the suspect yesterday, police say investigators seized 54 firearms, 8 homemade suppressors, and thousands of rounds of ammunition. Psilocybin mushrooms, fentanyl, cocaine, and anabolic steroids were also found. Police also say that there was evidence that ghost guns and drugs were being made. Brasi is expected to face additional charges.